What's going on, TubeYube? Welcome back to the Plot Coalition YouTube channel. Things are a little low quality today, but that is because I am in a new space. So I have a new office, new studio for creating, which I'm pretty stoked on. Yeah, so this is the first stream in that space, and probably going to be a short one because I still have to work on building out this area and setting up, all my stuff. My computer is like half built right now, so and as you can tell, I'm using one of the old fish cams. So, but in this new studio, eventually we will be able to call in reinforcements and get a new fish. Which will be exciting when it happens, but got to get everything else set up first. So welcome. Very, very excited for things to come. And yeah, this will hopefully just allow for me to be able to do more of this more often. And yeah, it's very, very exciting. So we are going to hop right into it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited too. So it's just the upstairs of my new house. So, but it's I bought a house where I could have like my own studio space. So I'm pretty stoked on that. And it's nice and big, way bigger than what I was working with before. Before I had like just this itty bitty, like what you guys saw on camera was about the entire room. And so that's where I was recording all my motion capture and stuff before. So now it's much larger. This camera's kind of inverted. There's a bathroom back there, which is kind of nice. And then I'm still unpacking stuff. But yeah, just setting up a larger space where I can work more and do a whole bunch of different stuff. Will the Illuminate be integrated into the movie, or will it just be Terminids and automatons? We were actually talking about that this morning, or yesterday morning, or at some point with some of the writers. We were talking about it. So we're looking into ways that we can incorporate things, because now the Illuminate just continue to become a bigger and bigger thing that we can't ignore by any means, but also weren't written into the story. So it is a bug and bot front thing, but we're trying to see if we can weave the Illuminate in there. So tis a work in progress. I'm very excited about the new Illuminate. I have not played yet because I've been setting all this up. I've been working on moving in. So I'm excited to play that. I'm planning to get some in this weekend with some friends. But for now, we are going to get into some animation, which I feel a little rusty on because I've been so busy moving, but I haven't been doing as much animation or anything. But we can hop in. I say that like we weren't working on stuff last week. Let's see here. I'll throw up. Oh, this is on the wrong screen now. The joys of figuring things out. So let's see here. This is supposed to, let's swap this to that monitor. Perfect. We'll turn on that camera source. Hello. And I'll go down there for now. So this shot I'm going to be working on is going to be the veteran spinning out a senator and just kind of pointed it at the camera. So very anime style-esque. And it kind of comes before, some of the ones that we were working on previously. So 60, 85. The new Illuminate are fun, but goddamn, are the new big guys bullet sponges. I believe it. I've seen them compared to the Rat King from Last of Us, which so far seems pretty accurate. Let's see here. We'll need to go 14 frames, so I'll probably do 20 frames, and then we can decide which animation to keep. But I'm very, very excited. I've had some folks in the Discord post some funny clips so far. I saw somebody say, it's like the Illuminate, saw the technology we were using as far as like the eagle goes and copied it. Which, we did, the Helldivers did steal their technology. Hey, Anti-X. The new Illuminate, in my opinion, doesn't feel that fresh. Just a big lad in a fighter jet. Yeah, even still though, it's neat that they continue adding to it. There's some more Illuminate that I'm surprised they haven't added, from the first game. The guys with the swords and whatnot. As far as adding to the end credit scene, I don't have super particular plans. I do want to have some sort of end credit scene. Just because our projects so far have had something to that effect. But I'm not sure what that would be. The new Mortar Illuminate is honestly annoying. They hide so far back behind the horde of voteless. Yeah. I feel like that's, that comes with the territory of Helldivers sometimes. You got the the different automaton mortars and tank turrets and stuff. And you also have the bile spewers. They function kind of similarly. Oh, gotta set a keyframe. Bloop. Excited for the complete product. Hey, I am too. We've been working on this for a while, and now that I have the new space and everything, I'm hoping as that gets settled in, I can just continue to work on this more and a bit faster, because I won't be dealing with all the problems of trying to move in and whatnot. I might just do this last frame. Maybe we'll add an in-between frame in the middle of this too. And I'm really using Cascadeur right now to try and get like general posing, and then I'll actually clean it up more in Unreal. I feel like he should be standing up straight a little bit more. Oh, that doesn't want to come up anymore. All right. Maybe we'll add one more. Also, my dog loves being up here with me, which I'm pretty excited about. He didn't like the other space, but if you've been following the channel for a long time, you'll know that in the old space, he used to be on stream and like in videos and stuff all the time, and he just didn't like the other space as much. But now he's behind me dreaming. You can probably hear him. Yo, what's up, WAF? Welcome to the stream. Excited to have you here. Oh, you're not late. I was late too. I started the stream pretty late, so we've only been streaming for like 15 minutes. So you are all good. All right, let's see here. So nothing super special here. But we'll let the auto physics kind of play with it, and we'll swing it into Unreal. Thank you, WAF. I'll give you the little mini tour. I'm unpacking stuff. I got my TV in the wall. I got a bathroom back there. I have like, hello. This camera is not conducive to moving around proper. It feels like backwards. Then I got a bunch of stuff that I'm unpacking back over there. So once it's all set up, it'll be better. But there's my my TV back there too. So I'm probably, after stream, honestly, I'm gonna set up a couple more things, and then I'll probably start watching the new season of Love, Death, and Robots. I'm pretty excited about that too. So maybe I'll watch an episode or two. All right, autophysics. turn this up all the way. Essentially what this filter does is it kind of allows things to happen separately from one another. I think one thing I want to do is turn his head down more. Like, you know, classic cool guys don't look at explosions kind of a thing. Then his head can kind of settle into it. What should I paint in the room? Warship collage? I knew it. I knew it. The second I asked, I was like, actually, I know exactly what he's going to say. I'm going to turn that up all the friggin' way. That looks pretty good. I'ma say... Oh, yes. We can turn this off, and then this should be in a pretty good spot where we can just export it and bring it into Unreal. Work on it in there with the veteran character. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, it's supposed to be very anime-esque in the way that it's supposed to like it's the revolver like basically going straight into camera, and the camera's like 10 millimeters. Should look pretty cool. Let's save this first. And then I'll export that animation so we can bring it into Unreal. $285, right? Yep. Into Unreal Engine we go. I haven't really done much animation since the last stream. Actually, that was the last animation that I did. So I'm very excited to get back into it and just have more time. Because also, there are issues with the import. I think I need to export with objects. Classic V2. But I'm going to be able to work from home more, which means the days that I do work from home, I don't have a commute. Granted, where I live now, I do have a much longer commute, but on the days that... What is going on? Oh, does it have something specifically selected? Play showed. Vitray coming in hot. But it should definitely allow me to, do more. Oh, am I supposed to select that guy? That was it. There we go. I was choosing the wrong skeleton. Alright. And now I gotta retarget that bad boy to your veteran character. I don't know why I did it that way, but I thought I selected the right thing, but maybe I was using the wrong skeleton in before. I don't know. I do like this this process of doing things. I will say, once I'm done with Helldivers, I want to do like a shorter project, probably a military-based one. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I am thinking somewhere between like either Battlefield, The Division, or like Rainbow Six Siege or something in that realm. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. But I want to do something like that, but my goal to do it entirely in Unreal Engine. So no taking it out, no doing VFX elsewhere. Just doing it entirely in Unreal. Kind of like what you see there is what you get in the end. Have you seen the new stratagem exploits have been using to fight the squids? It's crazy how much ordnance drops at once. I have not. I haven't been able to play. So when I'm able to play, I will be excited to try that out. Really, truly. I'm gonna give this a shot inside this level. We'll see if it boots up. Sometimes when a level hasn't been opened in a while, or like the shaders are funky, oh, it opened up pretty well. Switch to unlit for a sec, and I'll turn off the foliage, because that's what really chugs my GPU. Ah, there we go. 120 frames per second. Here we come. Let's see here. I also don't have my my tablet, so I'm gonna move my spline curves over here. All right. Yes, you can see from last week when we were doing the charger and all the other bugs from that scene. Let's see here. Character designs, the veteran. And I don't think I have one with the revolver in hand. So what I might do, just want to say you and your team are doing amazing work. You are an inspiration, and I wish you nothing but success. Hey, Elliot, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We're working hard, and I'm very lucky to have a talented group of people to help, especially when I'm busy and got stuff going on. to have people to be able to step in is pretty sweet. What's missing here? Oh no, or nor, we got mission textures. These aren't even that complicated at textures. Oh, you know what I think it's using? Yeah, it's using mega scans. And I don't know what those mega scans survived the trip. Should just be the scratched metal. Nor. This one for sure, that's all it should be. Yeah. So that one for sure. I'm just gonna take a guess and say that that one is too. And yeah, close enough. This is my very poorly set up material. But that should fix the problem. There's definitely something off because it's way darker than it's supposed to be. But hey, for the time being, it'll work. Alright, so we gotta put the senator in his hand. I guess it was already attached to him. It just wasn't in his hand socket. We'll zero these out. And then rotate it into place. I don't see a lot of people working in Unreal this way. Which I've been doing this for a hot minute, only because the parenting system used to be terrible. You could not parent objects in animations consistently, or like it would just like stop working one day. It's very annoying. So I started using a system where I basically set it up like this inside of a blueprint, and then for when like the character's only holding that object, and then worrying about anything else later. I don't see many people using this method, but it is like a surefire, absolute way to have it work. Now, I will say, there are issues because there are cases like in New Frontiers, there's actually a few times where I accidentally set up the wrong blueprint, and so like there'll be a character that is like has a weapon on their back, but they're also holding it at the same time. There are a couple of small moments like that. So it happens from time to time, but generally speaking, it's not a big enough of a deal to worry about. This I kind of want to hide. I don't want it totally revealed. This is a good place to be. So now we'll go grab that specific blueprint. And drag them in. The other reason I set stuff up that way is because like stuff like the backpack or like the helmet, you know, because that helmet isn't paired with this body in game. So I have to set up a blueprint already. And so then I can just attach or detach things as I need. Same thing with the cape, all that. I just tend to find it's easier to do in blueprints. All right, and do a quick save. So the retarget makes it look like he's taking a poop, but we'll clean it up. And I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna slow it down just a hair. Because I forget that Cascadeur works a little bit slower. And maybe we'll drag it out a few more frames and just be like, when you're done, stay like that. Oh. There we go. And we'll just create this real quick. So then I can delete this animation. And throw this dummy one on, which just has a little bit more data in it, and we can animate off of that. So as you can see, it's not like one-to-one what we were doing in Cascadeur, but now we're going to clean that up. Which I will say, so I like Cascadeur. I think it's pretty cool. But I like the control, especially with like this specific rig in Unreal more. Did the update make you shit your pants? Authentically Awful asks. The answer is no, not yet, because I have not been able to play. So I'm planning on playing with some friends this weekend. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, once I get a chance to play, I'll be very excited to get some reps in. But I have not had the promised experience just yet. But now that I'm getting the new office space set up, I'll be able to. So I'll be excited to play some then. Just gonna zero. This out. We gotta fix his face because right now he's looking down his own shirt. Let's get his fingers fixed a little bit too. Hey, thank you, Specto. I appreciate that, and I'm excited to do more. Now that we got the new space up and coming, I can usually do like a ton of animation and a ton of work really fast, but I've been so consumed by the process of moving and getting stuff up and whatnot. So now that that's all just about done, I'll be able to focus up on this quite a bit more. I'm excited for that, and to get back to gaming with my wife, because we haven't been able to play games in months now, which has really sucked. But now we can. All right. So when he's got the gun, straight up in the camera's face. We'll just add a little bit more movement here. We'll do the same thing with his head. Looks like his head needs to do that a little bit sooner. And then this animation is only 14 frames, so realistically we're probably starting at around 12 frames. Was 12 plus 14, 26. We'll go forward one additional. that's realistically like the shot right there. SFM just became a King Dino member. Let's go. King Dino is our top tier in the membership tiers, which means that you get access to a bunch of exclusive content, including tutorials on how to make your own Helldivers animations, which I will be creating a lot more of now that I am in an actual space. So, you know, now I'll be able to create more of that stuff. There are tons of tutorials that I've been wanting to make. I just have not been able to because of the whole hassle with moving and everything. But now that now that you are a King Dino member, you'll be able to see those, and you can watch all the old ones. So we have a few. They're very in depth tutorials, and for additional members, you'll be getting more content, both on the channel but also in the Discord. So if you're a member of the channel, and you're also part of the Discord, as long as your Discord and your YouTube account are connected, you get just like bonuses in the Discord. And that's also where I'll be showing like works in progress and stuff that I don't show in the Discord typically, mostly just because I'm trying to avoid spoilers and whatnot with like the general public. But you get to see a lot more work in progress and everything in the regular the Discord as a member. So thank you so much, SFM. That is very, very generous of you. And now let's get our camera set up. I'm gonna close that down for now. So that's as close as I can physically get the... Oh, very awesome. You're working on your own animated series. What's your animated series about? I'd love to hear about it. The name SFM should have given it away, honestly. We'll go. I'm gonna just bring this. Is it okay to ask in the Discord for which tutorials people watch? I mean, if you want to ask for like general tips kind of tutorials, I'm more than happy to share everything that like I've found on the internet, because I taught myself all this jazz just from being on the internet. But as far as like doing your own specific Helldivers ones, those ones are specific to members only because there's no fast way to explain how to do the things like in detail, especially when it comes to either things specific to the Helldivers or things that I'm doing. I'm trying to provide something that I can't necessarily provide on the channel itself, because I tried doing like, you know, some more tutorial style content, but it just wasn't helping the channel any. And so I made it more for members so that it can be more tailored to that experience, and so I can go more in depth, because I can't really go in depth a ton without that. Oh, hold up. But yes, YouTube is like, I learned everything I know from YouTube. And so it's just a combo of that knowledge is what I try to share with the members. Wasn't sure on the importing game files or whether I was doing it correctly or not. So as far as importing, if you're working in Unreal Engine, if you're in the Helldivers archive, just download the cover ops pack. And he has everything already imported, shaders set up, some animations and stuff. Tons of stuff in there. If you're also in the Helldivers archive, I have a handful of animations uploaded there too for people to work with. So it's coming out in October, right? That is what the last video said. So I am, that's my word, and I'm sticking to it. I try not to set like super hard deadlines, because I want these to be made out of passion and like, you know, not on any crazy constraints. But I also recognize that like it needs to get done at some point. And this August will be a full year of working on this project. And so I'm like, if it can be done before that, or if it can be done a little bit after that, so in October, then like I feel like it's a good investment of time. Anything longer than that, and it does start to get into the territory of like, you know, drowning the channel in one project, where, you know, I want this to be a lot more diverse and come out with things more often than that. Helldivers is very specific just because I love the game so much. It does have that Titanfall-esque grip on me. So, you know, sometimes that's just how it be. Will you add anything that's going on right now, or as far as like currently in the game, like as far as what the Illuminator are doing? No, only because this whole project is planned to a T. And when I say a T, like here, this is like, you know, part of what we're working in, but like every single shot, every single thing, like everything has been worked out and is being worked on. And so to make like, you know, huge script or story changes like doesn't work at this point. So avoiding, yeah, that was for one scene too. That's for this one scene that I'm working on. And so that's with everything being worked out to that much of a T, there's not a lot of room to change anything with the story. With the writing team, we can figure out ways to like, okay, maybe we can add like this thing, you know, we were talking earlier about like how do we incorporate the Illuminate, like is there like any sort of like background thing we can add? You know, that is like to the extent that we can add stuff, but with the voice actors already having recorded like all their jazz, with the exception of like ADR, you know, it all has its own place. Is there any mocap for the animation? Yeah, it's a combo of whoa, that depth of field though. It's a combo of sorry, I'm patient because I was trying to figure out what these values were going to be. I need to go to like straight up F11 to make this work for this specific shot. But it's a combo. So like this shot that I'm doing right now, like we've just been animating it on the stream, it's, you know, just animated by hand. And I've been getting a lot better at doing like short animations by hand. But like when it comes to like dialogue and like performance based stuff in that regard, like for me anyways, it has to be mocap. So you know, that's the nature of the beast. Which my mocap suit, I have Rococo sending me some stuff to help replace some wires in it, but as of right now, it is not working. So I need to wait for those cables to come in, swap those out, and then it should be back up and running, no problem. But until that happens, I just have to work on animating things by hand, which is totally fine. You know, it's a good experience, but it is something that I just need to, you know, take that extra time to do. Wonder if we should adjust the focal length from like 28 to 16. I'm not loving what the camera's doing. I think we're gonna scrap it and start over with the camera. Yep. Let's go to 14 mil. Let's go to this last frame. I think this is more so the the vibe. Maybe I can turn his wrist in just a hair. Yeah, because that needs to be a big iron on his hip. What program are y'all using for mocap? I use a Rococo Smart Suit Pro, but there are a handful of other mocap solutions out there. I mean, even Cascadeur has like a mocap, like a video mocap thing where you record a video of yourself. It can't be like super long or anything. It's like that is the biggest difference maker with like you have like all these AI video mocap solutions now, which is great for like short, quick animations. But like if you are going into like minutes of mocap, you definitely need to record it with like a mocap suit. The Red Dead Redemption short is like a great example where it's like straight up the scenes with the different folks. Like let me show you real quick. It's just easier to pull it up. There it is. So with this, so like all this you can't do with like video mocap. This you have to do it with like actual motion capture. Because you're not gonna get like that level of nuance, like all these like little head shakes and everything, like all that. Like there are so many little things that like AI video mocap isn't gonna pick up. So these are, you know, two actors. We only had one mocap suit, so like every scene, like the actors had to completely redo the motion capture for it. Like, so like this guy, for example, is kind of playing out the scene with the mocap, with the head rig, with the iPhone in front of his face, and he's doing all of that mocap. And then we did it twice, and it was more about setting this up to where I filmed it a bunch of times. Like I think each character, like I filmed coverage like 5 times in Unreal Engine. To get their entire scenes and then like edit it together like you would on a like with real film. And I think that's what makes this one work and look so much like a film in that way. It definitely gives short film vibes, and I think that's a big contributing factor. But this amount of detail you can't get you know, with one of those AI mocap solutions, mainly because those need to see more of your body, and so the more of your body you see, the less data it can actually collect in a way, because it needs that full frame of your body. Whereas, you know, doing it with a motion capture suit, you get all of that data. Problem is, motion capture suits are expensive. And it is getting, you know, more accessible. I know Rococo has like a thing specifically for like indie studios and indie animators, but even like the facial mocap here is just done with an iPhone 12. I bought a refurbished iPhone 12 from Amazon, and that's what this is recorded on for the facial motion capture, which looks better than the body motion capture, if I'm being totally honest. So it's like, you know, you can't get quite that same level of nuance. I do wish, like with this film specifically, I wish so much I had the secret level render settings, because that would have like tied everything together so nicely. And like this would have, if I had the knowledge about the body rigs and those render settings, this film would probably be flawless, because it's already so close. And if I had those two things, it would have been a near flawless short film. But you know, it is what it is. It still looks really, really good, and like the actors just brought so much to the characters that you know, you don't get to see. So if you want to watch it, Room 24, Red Dead Redemption fan film, it's on the channel. You know, It's definitely our least viewed project, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. So it's a great watch if you want to check it out. But we'll get back to finishing the animation on this guy, and then we'll probably call it a stream. When I film on set, or at least when I used to film on set a lot, on film sets you say, like, that's a wrap. And I used to say, throw some lettuce in there and that's a wrap. That was my go-to saying. I think I might adjust the focal length from this position. Interesting. I've been experimenting with Marionette. Decent results, especially for suitless, but Rococo is what I hear recommended the most. Rococo, so it's so hard to recommend a motion capture solution right now because, like, being entirely transparent, like, Rococo suits do have problems. When they work, it's beautiful. They are fantastic. But they can have issues, like, just, being real with you. But when they're working, they're just like why would you use, like, something else? Because every mocap solution, like, you're gonna have to clean up, do animation on top of it. Like, that's just the nature of mocap. And so, like, a Rococo and an Xsens are, like, pretty comparable. Xsens is just marginally better, but it costs like 3 times as much. And then to get, like, an optical system, like, the cheap, like, starting base cheapest thing is like 50 grand. Nobody has 50 grand to do that unless you're a studio. So so Rococo is definitely, like, the best for that specifically. The best thing that I can recommend as far as, like, it works, and if you want to, like, learn and do more, Cascadier is fantastic for getting, your, like, to help with the animation, and also, like, have things like, that AI video motion capture solution for very short clips. It does not do anything crazy. Don't quote me on this, but I think you're limited to, like, 8 seconds or something like that. So, like, it's very specifically, like, you do a motion and it just kind of, like, turns that into animation data for you. But, like, even outside of that, we animated this right here in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keyframes in Cascadier, then use their auto physics to, help, get some of, like, that secondary handshake and stuff like that. So Cascadier is you know, fantastic. And they have their new in-betweening tool, which allows you to generate motion. So like if you needed to just quick create like a really fast walk cycle or something, you know, you can still do that. Obviously you should learn how to animate walk cycles, but they're very laborious. They take a long time. And if you're just doing like something for yourself, like by all means, go ahead and use it. Is a studio going to hire you to do walk cycles if you're just doing them in Cascadier? No. But if you are looking to create your own animations, like there's zero difference between doing that and downloading a walking animation asset from Mixamo. So have at it. And thank you, Gucci Supreme 3004. Thank you for the encouraging words. We will certainly keep at it. So I'm feeling much better about this camera animation. I feel like I need to maybe come back to it to like fully appreciate it, but it feels a lot better than the previous one. Especially because, like, you know, we're probably gonna not be using those first few frames. Realistically, it's gonna be somewhere around here. Something to that degree. So it'll be moving pretty quick. I wonder if I turn this exposure compensation down, but maybe then we put a light behind the gun or behind him. Actually, you know what? We'll put it in the sequence, but we're not going to use it. Look how close that gun is to the camera. Where's the spotlight? But then we can use this. This is where it like gets kind of anime-ish, because we're gonna basically use the light to create an outline around him. Him and the gun. Maybe turn up the volumetric light rays. And we'll hide the light specifically behind him. Maybe I'll just set it to 2. And it's a little ridiculous here, so we'll turn it way down. That feels pretty good. Gives it just a little bit of pop. Maybe we'll grab this this light and just put it off to the side just to highlight the back of the gun and throw a light like almost on top of it. So as it comes up. Yeah, see that light right there. Push that off camera. And then we'll bring the intensity down. We'll do the same thing. We'll only have it come up as he lowers the gun. So you can read the edge of it a little bit more. Well, there we go. That feels pretty decent. For a quick hand animated thing, that's looking pretty good. So I think we're gonna call it right about there. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll have more stuff. Oh, I will have more stuff set up next week. So looking forward to that. And really excited for this new venture. Having things in a new space. Being able to hang out with you guys a whole lot more. So thank you so much for joining, for hanging out, and for being along for this ride. Excited to get this out. Once again, huge shout out to SFM for becoming a King Dino member. And if you want to become a member, consider doing so. It's just that little join button right next to the channel. So, but if you're just here as a viewer, hey, I'm just happy to have you. We will see you guys next week.